Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Thanks for coming and checking out today's deck tech. Please, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And if you like the video or you dislike the video, hit the right button at the end. But whichever one you'd hit, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think so I can respond to it. Anyway, today, we're going back to March of the Machines today. Obviously, we're still trying to get through them. And one of the sort of like partner pairing one card things where I haven't covered yet is obviously Rankle and Torbran, which is what you're here for. One double black and double red for a 3/4 fairy dwarf. Why? But anyway. And it has flying, first strike, and haste, like that. And whenever Rankle or Torbran deals combat damage to a player or battle, choose any number. Each player creates a treasure token. Yeah, okay, it might help you out. You might need to do it. Each player sacrifices a creature. Like that plan. But the first strike ability is the thing I'm interested in because you can do this one. If a source would deal damage to a player or battle this turn, it deals that much damage plus 2 instead. So, it's a really nice way of getting that extra few points of damage in onto your opponents or to the battles that you may want to convert. It doesn't do it to creatures, which is a bit of a letdown, but we're not worried so much about that. We just want a source would deal damage to a player. Now, a source is anything. Don't forget, it can be anything that sacrifices, enters the battlefield, so on and so forth. And that's kind of where we're going with the deck today. And the deck looks like this. As usual, I go through the land mana bases that I'm playing. Black-red lands all the way through. Fable Passage, Field of the Dead are here. We've got a whole load of other bits and pieces in. But we haven't gone anything too expensive for the mana base this turn. I did Umanar about paying Urborg, Tomb of the Yawgmoth, and I decided against it. So if you got it, you can put it in. But the artifact side is a little bit more pricey. Soul Talisman, and Mox Tantalite are fine. Jeweled Lotus can come out if you're trying to build this in real life. It's expensive. It's going up. Take this out, makes the deck a wee bit cheaper. And then we've obviously got Soul Ring in here. We've got Arcane Signet, both versions of the diamonds to help with ramping, and the Talisman of Indulgence, which I think is more than enough ramp for this deck. But we've got to look at it. You can see Dark Rituals here. That's just so we can help speed up the power of getting Rancor back out if we need to. And the Elixir of Immortality is just here so we can shuffle everything back in. But what we're really interested in is how we're going to do this thing here. A source would deal damage to a player or battle this turn. It deals that much damage plus 2 instead. We're interested in this. We've got to get the attack in, which is fine. Not worried too much about getting the attack in with Rankle and Torbran. But, so we've got Thieves' Tools. Equipped creature can't be blocked as long as its power is 3 or less. 3 or less. Okay. We want to get this out and get it on Torbran as soon as possible. Rankle and Torbran. R&T. We'll go with R&T, save me saying it all the time. As quickly as possible. The Cutthroat does the whole everyone loses one, gains one when creatures die. Or, could do it the other way around. They can lose 3. It's even better. I'm playing a red deck. Docksides here. I've got to get my ramp on somehow. Treasure tokens. Help with sacrificing. Goblin Bombardment. If we've managed to trigger this, we can start sacking our creatures off and do 3 damage to anything. And Impact Tremors. Hopefully we can cast our creatures after we've done the combat. And they all come in and lightning bolt everybody in sight. Which, will upset some people, I'm sure. Invasion of Mercadia. There you go. Comes in. It's just a way of us discarding a card and drawing a couple, which is fine. And then if we can get it flipped into the Karen Flame Right, we can discard a card and get some elemental tokens. And then all our creatures get +1/+0 and gain haste, which is really why it's here. The elemental tokens are just a bonus. Loyal Apprentice. Beginning of combat on your turn, if you control a commander, create a 1/1 command colorless stop to artifact creature token with flying, and it gets haste, so gives us another little thing to attack with in the air. Magda's here, just so we can get some treasure tokens when we tap the dwarfs. Dwarf treasure token, thank you. And then there's no real way, you don't need to sack off the treasures to get dragons. Don't need to in this deck. Anyway, Invasion of Asgol's also here. Target player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker and loses 1 life. It's a really nice early way of picking out those ramp creatures. Landwar Elves, Birds of Paradise, Anything else that they've got into play before you play this, or you want to do it, you want to try and get out early. I'll be honest, because later in the game, people just throw away their waste, the cheapest creature they've got in play instead of getting the thing you really want them to deal with. But if you get it flipped into the Ashen Reaper, getting those +1/+1 counters on something with menace is very nice. So bear that in mind. Jury, master of the reviews here as well. When we do sacrifice things, we get to put +1/+1 counters on it, and when it dies, we get to deal damage equal to its power. So that's cool. Kalan, the Reclusive Painter, gives us another treasure token. If we spend treasures to play the creatures, they come over the +1/+1 on them. Oni Cult Anvil. We've all seen this in Standard at this point, I'm sure. And this gives us a nice way of sacrificing treasures to get a little bit of a creature. It only triggers once a turn, which is annoying, but it does mean we can sacrifice an artifact and deal 1 damage to an opponent, or lightning bolt. Fine by me. Terminate, just to blow up something that's annoying us. Soul Shatter gives a bit more of the board control, and its opponents, not us, which makes it so much better. Browbeat will probably mean you'll end up drawing 3 cards most of the time. No one's going to take the damage. Captain Lannery Storm is just another way of getting treasure. Chaos Warp, get rid of the thing that's annoying you in play. And the Invasion of the Regatha. This is cool. Deals full damage to another target battle or opponent, and up to 1 damage to a target creature. So, after you play this, after you've done your whole battling thing, it'll do 6 for a player or battle, and 3 up to a creature. That's cool. And if we can get it flipped to the Disciples of the Inferno with the prowess side of it, we get to do more damage as it comes through, which I love. Jessica's Wills here, a card you can drop along with Dockside if you want to build it in real life. They're too expensive, but if you've got them, play them. Krenko Tin Street Kingpin is purely here because of Impact Tremors. We want to give this haste. Well, when hopefully this will get haste fairly quick, you'll survive a turn, and then you can start pumping out goblins when you tap it to attack. So yeah. Light up the stage, just a nice way of getting some cards off the top when you've dealt some damage. Professional Facebreaker gives you more treasure tokens, and you can exile things if you need to find it. Squee! Dubious Monarch. Haste can be paid from the graveyard by exiling some cards. It gives you another couple of 1/1 goblins. Urbrask's Forge, because I just like Urbrask's Forge, to be perfectly honest, and it seemed like a nice thing. Hopefully you can get the damage dealt with it. And having an X1 red Phyrexian creature with trample and haste is quite cool. Zorn doubles up the treasures as we get there. Zuzu, the Chaos Rider. Whenever an opponent draws their first card each turn, if it's not their turn, you create a 1/1 red devil creature token. And when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. Yeah, okay then. And whenever 1 or more devils you control attack 1 or more players, you and those players may each draw a card, then discard a card at random. That's quite nice, because then you get the devils coming through quite happily. Judith, another way of pinging things when creatures die, works nicely with this. Lagomos, Hand of Hatred, means you will always have a creature die, so Judith won't ping off that, but you get the creature die and get the triggers on the go. It's all fine. Magda, the Emporium Master. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each creature that has died this turn. Stack them in the right order, you get the treasures. Mayhem Devil, we sack a permanent, deals 1 damage to any target, and it's whenever a player sacrifices a permanent, we get to ping something. Nice. And Obnixless, the Adversary, is also here. The casualty side of it, we might as well try and get the copies in. Get a demon in, get a devil into play, and then do the +1. Yes, thank you. Cheers. Pain Magnification is something people I think have forgotten about from Dissension back in the day. Whenever an opponent is dealt 3 or more damage by a single source, that player discards a card. Can you see where I'm going with this? Okay. Damnation controls the board. Invasion of Innistrad deals with something that's big and annoying, and hopefully we can get it flipped quite quickly to do the whole zombie token bit if we need to. And it's nice we can exile cards from our opponent's graveyard, which may upset them, so bear that in mind. The original version of the Rankles here as well, just so we can do the whole sacking, flying, haste, discard, loot, whatever you want to call it. Big score for some treasure tokens and card draw. Flame Fusillade is from the original Ravnica City of Guild set. And until the end of turn, permanents you control, permanents, notice it says permanents, have tapped. This permanent deals 1 damage to any target. It's permanents. It includes your lands, includes all your moxes, all your artifacts. Everything gets that for a turn, including all the creatures, obviously. Not sure if it'll go on the battles. It might do, but I don't think it does because you don't technically control them. I think I may have that wrong. If you know better than me, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, you know, I'll tell you what. I'm going to get in with Rankle and Torbran, hit you for that, get the third one, and then I'm going to cast this. And oh yeah, now I'm just going to make your life a misery because I'm going to lightning bolt you to pieces. Porphyros, another way of dealing damage when creatures enter control. So, you know, 4. Solfim, 4. Yep, okay then. Yep, okay. Torbran had to have the other version of Torbran in as well. With a red source you control would deal damage to an opponent or permanent. It deals that much damage plus 2. Thanks. Kaldor Doom Scourge. Now, I've played against this a lot. One of the regular players on my stream has a deck built purely around this card. And it is very annoying and it's very good. Hence why it's appearing here for me today. And you can't get attacked. So that buys you a turn if you're getting low. Prosper. Just to exile the top card, get treasures. And then Garner, the Blood Fist of Keld. Whenever another creature you control dies, draw a card if it's attacking. Otherwise, it pings people. Yeah, okay then. Invasion of Ulgrotha, just a way of dealing 3 and gaining a bit of life. And if you can get the Grandmother Ravi Sengir out, who I'm still confused about not being a vampire, but I think she's just a long-lived witch, if I remember the Homeland story correctly. Whenever a creature and opponent dies, you get to put +1/+1 on there and gain a life. So, you know, you end up with quite a large flyer quite quickly. Sir Conrad, yeah, creatures go graveyard, everyone loses 1, each opponent. Yep, fine. Burn Down the House gives us some devils and a bit more board control. And Hex Plated Wall Breaker, one of the cards that's been recently added in from All Will Be One commander decks. Full Mirrodin, so you get this, comes into play and it gets equipped for a 2/2. And whenever equipped creature attacks, if it's the first combat phase, untap each attacking creature. After this, there is an additional combat phase. Thank you very much. I like lots of extra combat. Torwookie the Younger is also here for the reach and the lifelink, and if a source you control would deal non-cap damage to a permanent or player, it deals that much damage +1. Okay then. And with this it's just, yeah, okay. Right, Invasion of Fiora turns up again just to blow the board up, another way of wrathing the board if we need to. Brass's Bounty gives us a whole load of treasure. City on Fire. We should be able to convoke this into play quite early on, and doing triple damage, I'm not going to moan about at all. I'm really not. Sorry, light triple damage, that's all good. Last bit of board control, Blasphemous Act is here. That's it. But that is my take on Rankle and Torbran. Like I say, there are some cards you can cut out, make it a little bit cheaper, but I think it's going to be fun to play this one on the stream, which will be coming up soon. So let me know in the comments what you thought of today's deck tech. If you liked it, let me know. If you didn't like it, let me know. Tell me why you didn't like it and what you'd like to do to improve it. And, you know, come and see me on Twitch and see me watch it. There's a link down below to my Twitch. 178 follows over there. 191 on here as I record this video today. So, you know, if you hit the sub button, you might be 192, or you might be the, you know, my personal target for the end of July, 250. So, you know, help me out. Let me get there. Let your friends know. Go and get all your family to subscribe to it. Really do help me out. But that's it. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on Twitch sometime soon. Take care. Bye.